Today, I have to get serious. This is my fourth session. First session was just kind of getting things started. Second session was laying some groundwork. I covered a lot of ground yesterday. Got a million users in the smallest office. Got a million computing units at 200% overclocking. But today, if I'm going to hit this challenge, I've really got to pick up the pace. So let's take a look at what I'm trying to accomplish here. My main goal is to get 100% accomplishments in 1,000 days of gameplay. And the reason it's 1,000 days of gameplay is because one of the accomplishments is to play in game for 1,000 days. And that would be the only limiting factor to how long I have to play. And I want to make this challenge as fast as possible. That's why I call it a speed run. So if I can get all the achievements in 1,000 days, then that's presumably the best possible game I could play. So that's what I'm going for here. In addition to that, and I'm not actually totally sure this is possible, but I have a goal to get $1 trillion in cash on hand. You can see right now I have 14 million, so I've got quite a ways to go. I don't think you can actually get $1 trillion. I think you can just get 999 billion, 999 million, 999,999. But I figured I'd throw it in to try and make it a little more challenging for myself, and we'll see what happens. So if I just check in on the accomplishments that I have, you can see that I have them up across the top of the screen there. But let me load the list. So I've gotten a bunch of these are easy. They just come as part of playing the game. A couple of the big ones so far were Overclocker, which is to build a server farm that generates 1 million CUs with 200% overclocking. And then small but efficient, get 1 million users while in the smallest office space. So those are the one, like 1 million users in the smallest office space is when you kind of have to wait for. It wastes a little bit of time because I can't start really hiring people until I get that, but it is what it is. So this is what we're doing here today. I'm just trying to have a little fun playing this game. I figured I'd share it with you guys as I go through it. I know I participate in some of the communities. There's a Discord for a startup company, and I answer a lot of questions there and try to help people out. So figured I'd just do a run through, show people what I'm thinking, how I go through it. As we go, I can share, a little bit more about myself, get to know you guys, if anybody joins in, and just see what happens. In the meantime, just try and have some fun. Okay, so I left off pretty much as soon as I had gotten to the 1 million users yesterday. Upgraded to the next highest office space, and now I need to kick it into gear. So generally my approach is just to buy components and really only hire outsourcing executives and researchers. I think that's the way I'm going to proceed through this game because I think that's the fastest way to level up the website features. The thing that I have to figure out is I'm gonna have to get more. My next goal is to get 10 million registered users. That's not gonna be a problem. My site's already set. As long as I run marketing, I'll get there, no problem. One thing I did notice is that I actually have I could run another set of video ads. So I was totally leaving money on the table. And the only limiting factor is just how unhappy it's gonna make people. So now I'm at 50, I have to stay above 50% satisfaction. So 3 blocks of video ads create minus 48% satisfaction. If I added one other, let's even just say I had text ads, that's going to reduce my happiness by 8%. And now I fall into dissatisfied user base, and then I start losing users. The other thing that'll do that is support, but that hasn't been a problem yet. So I got to fill up that ad block. That's, 17 million impressions I'm leaving on the table unsold. So actually the first thing I'm going to do is have my manager here recruit a salesperson, sales executive. And from there, I've got a couple things I need to do. I need to start hiring researchers because I'm going to need a ton of research points late in the game. I got to start hiring some managers because they're going to take care of my production and improve efficiency for the people that they're supervising. And I'm going to have to start hiring a bunch of outsourcing execs to really start bringing in the units that I need to build up these web servers. And I think the thing I'm going to do is actually I don't know. One of the decisions that I have to make is whether I want to just keep building the landing page and add sell these 3 ad types and buy or start investing in a ad blocker that'll help me make more money for the same number of viewers. So I don't know. I have to make that decision. I'm gonna have to hire researchers. I'm hiring a salesperson. I'm hiring outsourcing execs. So I'm probably gonna hire the outsourcing execs first so that I can start building parts. And as I start building parts, an achievement that I could get fairly easily is there's a achievement to have 100,000 units of something in stock. So I could start buying components for the server upgrade I need and just kind of hoard them a little bit and do all the upgrades at once. Might do that. I don't know if that's going to slow me down too much. When I the first time through this game, I thought it was 1 million units of the same component or module. I wasted so much time trying to get there, but live and learn. These are the hard lessons in life. Am I right? Stupid game. Such a simple little game, but as I said in other streams, like, I just love it. So I don't know exactly how far I'm going to go in this session or what my expectations are. But hopefully, you know, I don't want it to just be like a dry game playthrough or tutorial. I do have a tendency to be a little chatty. They say when you're on stream, you want to keep talking, and I can guarantee that's never been a problem for me. Hopefully some people join so I have somebody to talk to. I don't know if we've got our chat here, so if anybody drops into the chat, then just definitely let me know. I'm also publishing these on YouTube because I know there are people it's not a huge game. I know there are people interested in the game. I actually got a preview of the next game this developer is working on, so I'm pretty excited about that. I was invited to be a tester there. And let me just... All right, let me get this sales rep seated. And they're going to have to research a contract. And I need a contract for... What was I at? 15 million? 17? Say 17 million. So that's where I'm at right now. I'll let him research for a second. I don't want to waste time, man. Let me have this guy start hiring for, what am I going to need? Do I want to start hiring researchers or do I want to start hiring? All right, I'm going to start hiring outsourcing execs. We're going to hire some people here to start buying features. Got my stream beats going in the background. Thanks to Hair Seller. Love it, love it, love it. All right, got enough points to unlock the recruit. Oh, I didn't mean a recruiter. I meant an outsourcing exec. Oh well, gonna have to unlock it anyway. Let's get an outsourcing exec in here. All right, you start looking for outsourcing execs. I'll get this salesperson selling. Let's find a contract here. Check and see what upgrades I can do on the site. All right, we'll let that go for a minute here. Anything? So with outsourcing execs, I'm never going to promote them and they don't need to do anything. It doesn't really matter. And in fact, I'm going to run out of office space. Let's see if we can upgrade. So I'm making 300,000 a day and I've got 15 million on hand. Let's see what my next office space is going to look like. So right now I'm here in this building and I don't have enough to step up to this level yet. I don't have the 10 mil. But I can move into this building and that's going to help me go from, where am I, 20 seats now? Oh, to 160 seats. All right, let's make that move. Boom. And what's it do to my cash flow? I should still be pretty solid. All right, I'll check back in on that later. All right. Do I have an offer to sell this? So I'm just going to take this. Like I said, that's just money that I left on the table for the past probably 50 days that I could have been earning on. I just want to start getting something for that. I don't need to stress out about it too much though, but this is going to help. This will be a nice little chunk of change. ideally I'd like to be getting like $12, $11.80 to $12.20 for ads like this. But not in a position to be super picky because I was getting nothing for it before. That's a nice little bump to my revenue. Now I'm making $500,000 a day, so that's going to help increase total revenue and really set the stage to start hiring. So let's see. I'm going to start with 10 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, you run there. We'll go up to the second floor. 1, 2, 3. All right. I like to just line them up because I use a little macro tool to just fill these in real quick. All right, we're just gonna get these guys seated. I don't need to worry about any training or anything here because the role they're in, productivity is not really an issue. I'm not going to have them selling anything. I'm not going to have them buying anything. I'm just going to have them selling. So I don't even really need to worry about what they're doing. It is a little bit of a challenge to talk and do this on camera and try and be half interesting, which hopefully I at least am not. Because this is a part of the game where it starts getting a little like, I have to think about it a little bit more so that I don't make dumb mistakes. I've said a couple times my biggest risk is that I'm going to go bankrupt, because that would end the challenge. Did I talk about the rules? All right, so the rules are I'm playing in career mode, and I'm not playing with any mods, and I can't do what I call a rescue save. So rescue save would be, bankruptcy is a good example. If I went bankrupt before the end of the game and I had to use a save to undo that achievement, then I fail the challenge. So if I have to undo an achievement with a save, if I have to save back to before whatever my most recent achievement was, then it's a failure for the game. So I want to be a little bit careful about that. Let's switch to a bigger view of the game here. And in my rules, I noticed that I still had it listed as tomorrow, so I'll update that to today, and we're in good shape here. All right. So what do I want to do with this guy? All right, I'm gonna hire researchers. Got to get some researchers started. I think I'm okay on everything else. I'm making my money, paying my rent. Do I have marketing going? Let's get your marketing going. Get to that 10 million user mark. My server farm's in good shape. Did I get my last 2 outsourcing execs? I did. And here. All right, so now I gotta play some games in the background. So the thing that I do, I use this macro creator tool, and I'm gonna see if it works here. If I can find it. Probably should have had this queued up instead of trying to find it now while you're sitting here watching, but we'll just not worry about that. So base config. So the thing that I am updating is my landing page. And my landing page uses UI components, backend components, blueprint components, and graphics components. What I can do is have my outsourcing execs buy these components in quantities of 500 each at a time. And then instead of hiring employees that produce those components, the outsourcing execs just buy them from other companies who are producing them. And it's faster for me to do that than to hire the people that have to manufacture them and train them and support them. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just trying to see if my macro utility works here. Let me just show you what it looks like. See if I can add it to the scene here. How do I do this? Go to studio mode. Oh, I can do it this way. Let me change this around. So instead of this, I'm going to show you macro creator. There we go. All right, so this is the macro creator tool. And this is what I use to run the commands that are going to tell the people what to do. So this is not a plugin. This is just a Windows tool that I have set up, and this is kind of how crazy I am about this game. Is I have this all laid out with all the programming and logic and timing. I load the different files based on what. So in this case, I'm going to build homepage components, number 2, and I'm going to do one loop to populate these, and I will start the macro. And if we come back to the game, I should be able to start it by pressing F3, clicking. Oh, look at that. So now it fills out the form, clicks, goes to the next one. The way I have it set up is it'll do 10 in a row, and then it'll come back to the top of the next row, and I can have it do as many rows of those as I want. I can't believe that worked so easily. Oh, it broke. Uh-oh. All right. I didn't have it quite dialed in, apparently. Something about my spacing is off, it looks like. Oh, that sucks. So that's kind of a pain in the ass to debug too. So I guess I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. So something else I should probably have checked here is, let me just make sure that's stopped because I don't want that popping up on me later. Am I gonna make you watch me debug that? Probably not, but we'll see. All right, so let's make sure, if I just know that if I flip back and forth, I can see if they're managing a task or not. And some of these look like they're, yeah, they all are. Yeah, okay. So this is gonna cost me what? That's gonna cost me 1.2. I've got 10 of these, so it's gonna cost me 10 million. I really don't want to go bankrupt doing this, so I think I'm gonna be okay. Let's wait and see. What are these gonna cost me? If I go bankrupt, I'm only 4 hours in. But this is where I start to get a little aggressive. Do I have to worry about it? I'm making 400K a day. And if I'm interpreting this correctly, these are gonna cost me about $1 million per, and I bought 10, so I should be able to cover this for $10 million. All right, I think I'm good. I'm just gonna move on and proceed from strength. All right, so here I gotta hire some researchers. I don't wanna skimp too much, but I need to get some people in here. So I think I'm gonna take anybody who's a 190 or above. And because I have my CEO here at an expert level, I can just take these offers and hire people pretty quickly. I don't remember how many I just grabbed, but let's get these guys seated. Get these researchers, get them started on some training. Started training. All right, we'll check in on where all my other people are in terms of training. So my sales exec, here's a researcher ready to be promoted. Let's get you guys promoted. And I don't want to upgrade my outsourcing execs, but everybody else I want to make sure it's getting trained, because I want this productivity to be as high as possible. And I'll sacrifice a little bit of time now to get that productivity later. So we'll start those all training. All right. Let me just keep an eye on this for just a second. I'll grab one more there. All right. Stop your headhunting. Let you get back to producing a little bit. I'm going to come back and check on the developers. Can I seat somebody here? What's going on? That is inconvenient. There we go. All right. How close? So we're getting a delivery here. We'll just keep those running for a while. Come over and do my upgrade. Got 2 designers. What are my designers doing here? They're developing, right? They are. And they are. All right. So we'll let that ride. I need to be hiring, man. I'm 240 days in on a 1,000-day challenge. I'm more than 25% of the way through. I don't feel on track. I'm trying to remember if I felt this way before. I feel like I'm behind, but I also know that like a lot really starts to happen around like 500-600 days. Part of my challenge is I need to have the #1 site in every single category. And right now I have this one site that's number 46 out of, how many were there? 46 out of 60. So I got to build 5 more sites and I get all of them to #1. The good news is that I can get to #1 in most cases with just 2 features. And I'm also thinking about the support stuff. So, all right, yeah, we got to get these outsourcing execs firing. And so here's what we're going to be building towards. I don't know if I have these all. Let me research a help system because we're going to want one of those. And I'm going to want an ad block obfuscator. I don't have enough research points for that yet. Comment functionality. Check on my video ads. I want a help system. I'll get my ad block obfuscator. So right there, see, and this is another super easy mistake to make. When I put the help system in, it's on by default, but because it's not at a high enough level, it's got to be at about the same level, within like 10%, I think, of my other features. It brings my happiness down because it's a 0 right now. So I got to make sure to turn that off. That's a super easy way to tank a site. Always remember that when you install a new feature, if you don't already have it maxed out, that is turned off. So this is an area where I'm probably going to rely on my outsourcing executives to help build this up. This feature doesn't require research points, but these are kind of expensive components to build up. And then the other feature that I'm going to look at here, comment function. Once I upgrade the framework, we'll and actually that's a good point. I can't actually even have these on here, or else I won't be able to upgrade the framework. So I just wanted to kind of see them as placeholders, but we'll come back to that later. All right, no problem. Big challenge right now is getting everything upgraded, getting these components in. How am I doing on money? Okay, what do my contract performance look like? 118. Support's still okay. I'm gonna hire another supporter while I've got a minute here. It's pretty quickly support's gonna become an issue, like when I'm growing this fast, especially. So let's look for a good supporter that I can start getting trained up while I wait for some things to happen here. And here again, I want to be pretty picky. So I'm really looking for somebody that's like a 195 or better. I've always had pretty good luck hiring, like in real life. I had my IT company that I started back in, oh, there was one. Did I see one? 194. I'll let it go a little bit longer. First hiring an employee is hard, man. Like, you're on the hook for their livelihood. They got to take care of their family, and you got to pay them. But it's so, like, there's a lot of pressure on that. You want to pick somebody good because it's expensive to hire somebody. I've got to pay them. I've got to spend time training them. Like, it's not easy. So the first tech that I ever hired, I hired just based on like customer service. I needed somebody to be in IT support. So I needed somebody that had like basic understanding about IT. But I really needed somebody with great customer service, because the problem with IT guys is that a lot of them aren't great with people. I don't know if you know this. So I really needed to make sure that I got somebody who could be really good with customers. And I did. I found an amazing tech. Newest stuff technically, great in customer service. I was super happy with him. He was with me for the entire time I had the company. I sold it. He's still with that company today. Hiring is super important. So in this game, what productivity means, not that this is comparable to real life, but you know, whatever, stay with me. So for beginner employees, the maximum, what you see here is like their current speed and then the maximum speed that they're capable of. So I want to hire somebody with the highest possible potential maximum speed, so that when I train them and when I promote them, they carry that advantage through, and they usually do. So here's a 197 maximum potential. I'll get them up to 197. I'll promote them. They'll get up to 300, promote them again, get up to 400, and they should be in good shape. They'll probably promote beyond 400. If I'm starting with somebody at this level and train them up, you can usually train them up to a higher level. So we'll be in good shape for that. I think the next thing I want to do here is actually hire HR rep. To be a manager. How much does it cost me to unlock these guys? I got points for it. Let me unlock them. I'll just go ahead and unlock the marketer while I'm at it. Okay, so I got everybody unlocked here. Let's see how these are doing. These are gonna come in. Am I all right? I think they're about to come in an hour. I mean, I want to save it in a normal game. If this bankrupts me, then I'd use this restore point. But I'm kind of committed at this point because I already said the rules are, if I have to come back to a restore, I'm going to save it. Even if I fail the challenge, I don't have to trash the game. All right, let's see what happens in an hour. I did not go bankrupt. Woo! Ah, yes. I told, like, that's the biggest threat. That's the biggest thing I got to worry about. I'm going to go bankrupt if I make some stupid choice like that. Of course, now I'm going to have to figure out what to do about my macros. All right, so this is going to let us come over here. We're going to max that out. And now the maximum feature level for the framework is 500. This feature is 500. So that feature is maxed out. I can't upgrade that feature anymore until I upgrade the framework. I've got 3 ad sets, and then I've got 2 feature blocks available, and I can't upgrade the framework until those are maxed out. I have a what, maybe my biggest trick that's gonna let me get through that. But I'm gonna upgrade. Do I want to hold on? How many of these do I have? I have 5K. I'm just gonna do it. We'll catch up with those. It's more valuable to me have these at 100%. So efficiency, I love efficiency. I'm always going to try and max out efficiency on these features because that's what's going to let me keep my server requirements as low as possible. Like you can see, I just maxed this out, and where I was at like 1 or 1.2, 1.4, now I'm at 0.2 required CU per user, so I can have 5 times as many users on the same servers because I've increased that efficiency there. So that's super valuable to me. I've said before, I tend to overdo it on servers anyway, so that's not maybe as huge an advantage, but it's still big. We're good. Oh, let me upgrade the salesperson. Start you training again. got some contracts for me? How we're doing? We're still, all right, we're in this 20 range. All right, so I'm selling 20s and I'm at 30%, 60, 90%. So I should be able to get to 60. So I'm going to start researching. I'm going to start researching $50 million contracts. I have all these guys doing that, researching $50 million contracts. $50 million. All right, $50 million contracts. Let's check out my marketing here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy some components to do TV commercials. I wish I had my macro thing working. All right, I'm gonna take a look at it. Just can't help myself. Just can't help myself. And I also can't make you guys sit and watch me do that. No way. All right, I'll just do it the hard way for now. What I need to do is TV ads. So TV ads require copywriting, video format, and contract agreement. Get a task. Oh, I'm gonna have to upgrade the. I have to unlock the production capability. So to be able to buy something, I have to be able to make it if I wanted to. I don't want to. Most of these cases, I'm not going to. But I have to be able to. So I need to unlock the intermediate marketing kit. I might actually need to unlock any contract agreement. So I'm going to need another 1,500 points to unlock contract agreement. All right, I can't buy the marketing stuff that I want yet, but I am going to buy another round of these. Right, so far so good. So far so good. What was the problem before? It looks like the desk size changed a little bit. Huh. I think I need to make an adjustment to the dimensions of the desks or something. All right, did I get everyone? All right, I did. I got there. I got there. All right, so let's I'm gonna see what's going on here. Just stick with me for a second here. So I'm gonna bring up a desktop screen. Display capture. I'm gonna capture this display. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a picture of these guys. I'm gonna paste it into Paint. So the way my macro creator works is I have it programmed to click the desk, fill out the sheet, submit the order, and click on the next desk. And what it looks like is happening is that as it clicks from desk to desk, it's not clicking the right amount of space. Like it's not going far enough from here to here. And so over time, it just keeps getting shorter and shorter until it ends up clicking the same desk twice. I think that's what's happening. And so my guess is that has to do with whatever count I gave it for the width of a desk. So what I do with this is, and this is where I probably just play this game way too long, is I need to count the distance from here to here. And we'll crop that. And that leaves us with a 91 by 53 pixel space, which should be the dimensions of one single desk. 91 by 53. And if I go back to my macro creator, (91 to 53). Remember that for me. So if I come back to my macro creator, what I see is that I've got my desk set up to 77 by 45. Why would that have changed though? Is that something that changed in development? Why would the developer do that? I don't think my computer resolution changed. That seems really strange to me that that would change. But I'm going to just accept. I'm gonna at least try it. I mean, looks like that's what's happening. Oh, 91 by 53. All right. I don't know why that would happen, but it looks like that's what was happening. So we'll just assume that that's what it was. See what happens. So I already set him up to do the homepage components. That's fine. That'll work for now. Let's see where we left off here. Oh, I got it. Did I get another supporter? I'm feeling a little distracted. I gotta pay attention to this game. So we'll get that guy training. Support's still under control. Part of the reason I wanted to hire another supporter is so that I could start adding other sites also. Let's check on these researchers. Yeah, get all of these guys promoted. Get all of these guys training. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop them training so that I can get the components that I need to buy or to unlock the toolkit for the marketing. So I can start opening up some TV ads. TV ads are a fast way to get users onto the site, which is the best way to sell more marketing. The other thing I'm going to look at is upgrading the framework. So I'm going to go to the Qt framework 3. I'm going to unlock both of those things. This first. Check with this. I'm not going to hire another researcher right now. Let me get a manager in here. Maybe I'll do a couple managers. Did I happen to headhunt any? See, can't pass that up. Oh, another one. I know I'm going to need these guys later in the game. So since I'm finding, 4 of them, man, 196. I want to grab a 96. I'll take a 196. All right. So that's over. I didn't need, by far, I didn't need that many supporters right now, but I already it's expensive to headhunt somebody because I spent time doing that when I could be doing something else, even though I don't feel like I'm really managing my time super effectively right now in the game. But since I did, and it's hard to find good, fast supporters. The other advantages by hiring them now, I can start training them, and supporters are a role where I really want to max out their training. So that's going to help me later in the game. That ends up being fine. I don't mind carrying them on payroll, even though it's a little bit extra. It'll definitely make up for it. But what I came in here for was to look for managers. So I'll start headhunting a manager. In the meantime, I'm going to get these. I'll stick these guys over here. 1, 2, 7, 8. I don't remember how many I hired, but I start training. Get seated. Start training. So right now, all of these people are going to be on my Facebook team. I don't need nearly that many people. Now, if I get late in the game, multiple features maxed out, then you could easily use that many supporters until you get the help desk functionality set up. But either way, I'm a little overstaffed here right now on support. Just move some of these desks around a little bit. I only really care where people are sat for just like the convenience of being able to know where to look for them if I have to make a change or something. Otherwise, it doesn't really bother me too much what's going on, where they're sitting as people leave. Like, I don't know. I don't put any time into making it look good, fancy for them where they are. Like with supporters, you want your best managers managing your fastest people because there's a performance increase passed down from the managers. Right now, I'm mostly just looking for a manager who can help me with production. So I'm going to create a production plan. I only ever create one plan. Continue producing, skip modules if they're not required. Okay, so right now I'm producing UI components and backend components. I think we need some network components for some stuff, but not nearly as much. So what I'll do is I'll do 10, 10, and 1. So they'll just keep producing those. We'll keep producing these. Don't even have lead developers. Don't even have marketers. I've got sysadmins though. I think I found it was 3 to 1. So 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1. And they should just keep producing those distributed equally. I don't know what distributed equally means, so let's make it like look like this. I mean, I know what distributed equally means. I just don't. I've always been confused by how these production plans work. It's never totally made sense to me. So we're gonna leave it like that. And so, gotta make sure it's set. Again, another great way to have people not doing anything is to forget to set the production plan or forget to assign employees to a manager. So here, my main goal is to get all of my sysadmins and, if possible, my designers and programmers connected to a manager. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's going to be perfect. But I got to get this manager trained up because I can't have them manage 8 people until they're at a higher level. And then we'll come back in and check on these guys. There's nobody else really coming in yet. All right, back over to research. What did I need to grab? Oh, so close. Let's just hold out here for just a second. I can't really use this until my deliveries are made for the stuff that I purchased. The next one I need is a framework. I think it was 1,200 for that too. So I'll let them build up the 1,200 for that. What can I do in the meantime? I don't know. I've got my features maxed out on the site. I'm running my ads. Let me make sure I'm running my ads correctly. Haven't run out of budget. Spending 50 grand a day there. Making money that's going to pay for these components here. Let's check and see what my user count's up to on these video ads. I think I'm looking for 50K, so I still have a ways to go. By the time I get to 70% users, I should be able to get those 50K ad blocks. I could turn them over a little bit faster and just keep incrementally bumping them up. That's probably worth some money to me, but I'm not too stressed out about it. My valuation of this site right now. It's worth $70 million. All right. Oh no. I got lucky. So why did that happen? I didn't go bankrupt the first time. I must not have earned as much money. Wow. So here's exactly what I was talking about. This is my biggest risk, is that I get too aggressive, especially with these outsourcing execs. It's so easy to overbuy. Luckily, the investors stepped in and saved me, so I did not go bankrupt. Oh no, I did go bankrupt. Wah, wah. Challenge over. I failed it. All right. Well, that's been fun. I'm gonna restart it. I'm gonna start this again. I'm a couple hours in. I'll start a couple more streams, and yeah. And I told you that was my biggest risk. Told you that was my biggest risk. Oh, that sucks. I might play this game out. Go back to my last autosave and play the game out a little bit. I don't know. That's disappointing. I thought my investors were gonna come through for me. I went under by $2 million. How many times did I tell you? How many times did I tell you that was going to be my biggest risk? And that's exactly what happened to me. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. But it is what it is. I went bankrupt. Man, oh man, oh man. I guess I'm glad it happened now and not like 20 hours in. It's disappointing though, man. That's frustrating. All right, well, I'm gonna go grab some dinner. I don't know what lesson there is to learn from this, because I feel like I knew this was my biggest threat and I just screwed myself with it. So I'll just think about whether I want to start over again. I think I'm actually probably gonna start over again and be a little bit more aggressive with the growth early on, to see what happens. If I can, so like I said, right now I'm 265 days in, quarter of the way through, and I feel like I'm just starting to get some momentum, and I'm not 100% sure that I feel like that's the track that I want to be on. So I failed the challenge. Sorry, feel like I let you down. I'm probably just going to start over, because I really like this idea of end-to-end 100% goal achievement without going bankrupt. I don't know about the 1T in cash. Keep I'll just play with this game a little bit and see what the feasibility is of getting to that 1 trillion in cash. So I don't know. All right. Well, this is fun. I'm going to go grab some dinner. Let's keep in touch. I will see you again in a couple days, or maybe a couple hours. We'll just see what we can do with it. All right. Out.